Hello there, everyone. I am Super17 here. Here's the thing: I did not in the picture. I made it the thumbnail though. So yes. Also, I'm at my friend's house again. I'm gonna be trying to make this what if then that the freaking blind virus deku, and then the whole entire deku was had the Ultra Matrix. And here's the thing: that one is gonna be a weird ship. Weird ship indeed. So yes. But anyways, let's us go, well, a little bit of the backstory. So this is taking place in the Infamous universe. That means Infamous 1, 2, and then Infamous Second Son is a part of it. Desmond is here. Cole McGrath, died and everything. Everything goes similar, but right when Cole McGrath gets rid of conduits, he also gets rid of, he also then, unintentionally made quirks come around. And then, conduits started appearing right around a couple of years after that. So, when Desmond, and everything goes similar to then, but quirks are around, so conduits are treated badly throughout the world. Still, the reasons why for this, DUP, still around. But in Seattle, it was taken down by Desmond. So they're slowly being broken apart, but in Japan, it's still strong for a while until somebody decides to say, hey, we need to, these conduits and quirk people are no different. So it's like, hey. So yeah, so that happens, and then someone kills that person who's trying to make conduits be okay without having any problems living. Someone killed that person. This person had a shape-shifting quirk. Saw a picture of All Might shape-shift into him. And it's like the higher-ups in Japan who don't want conduits to be treated fairly. They hired this person to do this, and only the top people know about it. So everyone thinks, hey, it's All Might, and they say you're not allowed to say All Might is, here or working here and stuff. You can't say that. So for years, everyone thinks it's people at the DOP in Japan think it's All Might. So, where we're starting off is when Deku's 4 years old. Just want to put that little backstory in. Alright? So, let's just start this video. This is what Deku was a conduit, part 1. So, when Deku and his mom goes to the quirk doctor, this quirk doctor specializes in quirks and conduits. Since the law is being made for conduits now, having it going on, and Inko gave up being a DUP member for a while because of her son was born, and just in case he's a conduit, she had a bad feeling something was going to happen. So she basically, basically quit her job. So when they go to the doctor, this is a totally different doctor, a doctor that Inko knows that is a trustworthy one. He basically tells her that after trying to see if Deku had a thing for power of a quirk, he had the extra joint. So by his calculation, he could also be basically the conduit, because of the people around the world who are quirkless and in canon are actually conduits now. So yes. And he just says, we don't know for sure, but his powers may activate. I have some samples of conduits that have been around DNA, and I can compare them to seeing if the Pacific gene for conduits are in there, because it all has the... Hold on, dog. Alright, sorry about that. That's my friend's dog. But anyways, as basically, in this one, all conduits don't have the same DNA, but there's always the same thing. That how the conduits are being shown, that is the DNA strand that has been there. So Zuko, DNA has one of his hairs is taken, and it shows that he's gonna be a conduit. The power, it just doesn't know when it's gonna be awakened or how is the condition, it's gonna awaken. All they know is he's a conduit, and Inko's happy. But now she knows the danger is what's gonna happen. So basically, during this time, when Izuku turned 4, that's when Desmond took down the DUP, and well, it's a good ending. It's a good ending for Desmond. So yeah, rebu- he freed Seattle basically. If I think that is when it's right. Hold on. Yeah, I was right. It was Seattle. So basically, he basically overthrew the DOP in Seattle, saved it. Conduits are free there. In America, they've been like rapidly shutting down DUP or changing the laws for conduits because of the DUP's basic, you know, basic what they've been doing to conduits there. So yeah, they changed them laws there or shutting it down completely. They haven't decided yet. But anyways, Deku, when during that night, Inko is explaining to her son that something may happen tonight. They may come for you because something at the DUP when I was there, I worked at the main branch in Japan, the headquarters in Japan. Suddenly, the good guy disappeared, and I don't know what happened. The one who was trying to bring conduits to being okay to live around. As he goes, "What do you mean, Mom?" And he goes, "Son, Mom may not be around no more after this. Understand that? You're gonna be on the run for a while. Who knows how long, who knows when, but please understand this. Mom always loves you." So, she's packing up his bag, for stuff that he may need, even giving him directions to a place that she prepared for him, and tell him, try to find out what your powers is. And, well, just run. As you stay hidden, hide yourself. Don't go to no checkpoints. Learn your surroundings, and just do whatever you can to survive. Basically, Izuku finally understands. He nods, and well, what happens is Inko recognizes the sound of a truck being pulled in from and they don't live in a apartment. They live in a house, but Inko have put the house where it is close to alleyways, the only size where Deku can go into. And this is like the little routine where he goes in and has to he knows the way out because he's done it so many times. So yeah. So Inko says, just like we played the game, all right? She gives him the bag. He's like, I love you. He just says, love you, Mom. He hugs her. He's crying a little. She's crying. And Izuku goes throughout the back, goes through basically, he opens up the patch of the fence that, he always opens up when they play this game. Inko, though, grabs the gun, the shotgun, and she's just saying, I'll miss you, I'll miss you, Izuku, but I'll not let anyone get you. So basically, she's sacrificing herself for her son. So the DUP members come in because, well, during that night, they say all conduits have been registered into the system will be, taken in by the DUP members and saying they will be trained, but really they'll be interrogated or seeing if they know anyone else and be, if they're not useful, be in a cell for the rest of their life and treated like animals or being killed. So, Inko knows this. So basically, right when they open the door, Inko just starts firing at them. And, well, she takes out a few of the members, but is killed eventually. And they look through the house. They can't find the boy. One person recognized Inko, and he is mad and basically because one of those guys just says, "Conduit loving scum." As then he goes, "Never say," basically this person tells him, "Never say that about her again, I swear." And it was the leader of the raid, basically, and he finds out why he looks at the paper and he goes, her own child was a conduit? Inko, You always were overprotective of your child. You said you would give up your life to protect him or her. As then he's just walking out, just saying, "Sir, where are you going?" And he says, "The kid's gone. Knowing what Inko already told him, we probably won't find him." So Desmond is 24, and like Desmond's age is 4. So, well, you guys are wondering, Zugu, after a couple of hours of going through alleyways, hiding behind stuff that he can only, he can basically squeeze through or hide under, he gets to the safe house. Inko leaves a message saying, "Izuku, if you're seeing this, I'm dead, and we found out you're a conduit. I don't know what type of conduit you are, but it doesn't matter. I know you can do great things, my Izuku. You can be a hero. You can be anything. I just want you to be happy and live. So, I know some people who can help you. They'll be here tomorrow. Don't worry, they're not, and they care about conduits in Japan. But they'll protect you. They'll train you. And when your conduit abilities will arise and be awakened, well, now, just stay safe. And mommy always loves you," she says. Tears going down the face in the video and blowing the kiss, and yeah. This is when he was at, preschool. Back. Alright, everyone, sorry about that. I had to go eat, dinner. So, last when we left up, I remember Izuku seeing the, recording from his mom, telling about her, well, that she's dead and that he's gonna be on his own, but people are gonna come and help him train, and that she loves him. And, well, Izuku, if I said anything else before that, I forgot, so I'm just gonna add on to it, so I'm sorry. But Izuku then, goes to, look around the place. He finds, he just finds stuff that, food, water, routes that he may be able to take to places. People are gonna come help him, what they're good at, and, well, it's even one person that's in the DUP. This person is going to be the person that was at Inko's place, the one that led the raid on it. She was one of the people that is, that she trusted. So, it's just going to be people to help him out and train. Basically. And they're not going to come till the next day. So Izuku's trying to, well, get his surroundings in check. Just making sure. Izuku's smart in this one. Street smart. Because his mom made sure of that. So he knows survival, basically. As was the first thing she started teaching him besides schooling. So yeah. So he just gets everything in order. And then after that he goes, "Alright, it's time to go to bed now. The first night that mom's not around." And so Izuku's been having these weird nightmares ever since he turned 4. It's been always haunting him, flashes of images of somebody that he doesn't even know yet has been inside of his head calling to him. And, well, he doesn't know why. So, the entire night, in a matter of minutes, was over. Izuku wakes up and just shakes his head and goes, "Just a dream." And so, he hears a knock, then a knock, then a knock, after each pause. And then they come in, basically. Izuku's just hiding underneath the bed as they go, "Izuku, are you here?" As it sound of a man. Well, a man basically comes in, coming in as Izuku comes out and just asks, "Who are you?" He goes, I'm a friend of your mother's, basically, kid. I'm the DOP, member. As he's freaking out a little bit on the inside, but not showing it, he was like, "Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest you or bring you in, kid. Alright? I'm here to help you. How to stay away from them, how to basically survive while working around the DOP without them even noticing. Basically, you have the conduit gene inside of you. So, that's the reason why they were going to take you in and try to find out what it is. But here's the thing. Your mom and me was not going to let that happen. I helped her out build this place. Top secured. DOP can never even track me, even if they use the security cameras either. Could say I'm an ex-hacker. As Izuku understands what that means, he goes, "Alright, are people coming?" He goes, "Yeah, they're outside waiting. Just want to see if you're here, that's all." As Izuku goes, "Okay, as the other people come in, one's a woman, another one is a guy in the mid-20s, another woman, and just another guy, basically. It's just like, one's gonna teach him how to fight, street fighting. Another one's just gonna teach him, how parkour, which is the woman. It was basically, the fighting is the DUP, he's gonna help him in that. Parkour is the woman. Basically, tactics will be the man. The other woman will basically teach him, art, the messages, like encoded, if, like basically say where something is or such, and you can find out if you need to, come back later for something. Another one, this one was Inko wanted her to teach him overall how to be in the city, notice what people like, understand it, and, just music, art, everything else. Just teaching him how to, do things. Well rounded, basically. As Izuku understands this, and they do tell him that we're only going to teach you the basics of everything else you gotta learn on your own. The DOP man says, basically, he goes, "That's all we were told," asked by Inko. It's going to be a couple of years, though. We're going to make sure it'll last a couple of years, so that way we make sure you're around. You're basically will be okay until you're around 8 to 9 years old. Because you're 4, kid. And Deku nods. And he just asks, "So when did we start?" And they just look at him saying, "In an hour. Get yourself prepared because it is morning." So, yeah, they're going to be easy on him, easy on the training, because he is 4 years old. So, yeah. So, we're going to do a little time skip. Izuku has mastered basic street fighting, parkouring, tactics, graffiti, art and graffiti, basically, leaving messages of what it means, looking for them, and even like making his own to help him. And everything else, like the whole entire music and other stuff about learning the city, is basically that has been done too. He's almost 9 years old. And they do tell him that it's been really great knowing you. Call us if you ever need us. Or we're always here to help you. They never told him their names until they put their contact information in their phones. And so basically, Izuku looks at the one. He sees the man with the DUP called Rin, the female, Celine. Yes, Celine. The other man, basically called, let's just say Sasuke. Hold on.
He's going out.
Alright. Hey everyone, sorry about that. I accidentally pressed the button. My friend was talking. So you heard his voice. I told him, he's like, okay, whatever. I'm fine with that. But yeah. So Sasuke, the other man, um, like then Lana, the woman, then the other man who basically he just taught him. Basically, the man I said woman. So basically, the rules. The one who was Lana taught him about the music and the whole entire city and stuff, the underground places, back alleys that you can go get like stuff for like really cheap prices or black market stuff basically. And man called uh, I don't know, like Rex, basically just basically just they're just there for him, in which he just says thank you for everything for teaching me, and it's been great knowing you guys. They all give him a goodbye, and all of them are crying because this kid's like they've been with him for since he was 4. They're leaving him. They feel like they're abandoning him, but they taught him everything that Inko asked them to. So it's like, hey, so yeah. So anyways, Izuku's clothing is almost similar to Desmond, just a jacket and the beanie. That is he wears though whoever he can find. Whenever closing he can get to. But he looks like, again, this is another punk rock looking Deku. But his hair is green. He just wears the beanie. Hold on. He basically during this time though, during these like I say 4 4.5 years, Desmond has been around in Seattle and other places in America, but then he heard about the DUP in America. So, um, so not America, in Japan, I mean. So basically, he travels there, and just on a specific day, he got there a couple days later. Basically, Zuko's parkouring through like just on the rooftops. He's able to basically he knows how to do everything perfectly. Um, he doesn't go on too many high rooftops. He stays though on places he can jump to and not hurt himself. So yeah. And well, let's say on this specific day though, he got to an area on a project of artwork of graffiti he was working on. As in he goes, finally I can finish this. As basically it's on a DUP billboard that always someone comes and ruin his little thing. So basically he's finishing up it as it's just DUP members are just basically going into a cell by themselves and just as this man in a mask is just there like sitting on a chair just not even paying attention to them. Basically as Desmond sees this he goes like, hey kid, you almost done with that? As Deku says, yeah, why? Can it tell the DP or the cops? He goes, nah, just wanna give you a little bit of a tip. And coming over, he goes like, do you have like any like images or like basically where you set it up to spray paint where it's just the cardboard that what the cutout would be showing? He goes like, yeah, I just been doing this stuff this last part by freehand, so it's kind of just fun. As in, Desmond does touch his, the Deku's like hand, goes like, how about as all of a sudden Deku's conduit powers unlock, and since Desmond had the smoke ability activated, the smoke conduit ability, Izuku suddenly starts absorbing it, basically, and he starts getting the exact same thing as Desmond, had the first time, but he's seeing the memories of Desmond. He knows who he is, what happened to him, about his brother. He knows everything. And then even about the other powers he awakened, or, well, he copied from them, the other conduits. And Fetch is with him in this one. So, So basically, after that's done, Izuku and Desmond are on the ground for a few minutes, and Izuku goes, "Ah, what was that? My head." As Desmond goes, "You're like me. You're somebody who can absorb power from the conduits." As Izuku goes, "Wait, what do you mean?" He goes, "Kid, you're a conduit?" He was like, "Yeah, my mom was killed because of the DUP here. Because of that, she was an ex-member. She didn't want me to be, well, like caged or treated as a freak. So she, well, had a place already ready for me, and she's dead, so she's not around no more." Hold on. So Desmond basically looks at Zuko be like, I feel like crap for asking, for basically saying that to you. And he was like, it's no problem. I had enough time to grieve. I was 4 years old when it happened. A couple months after my birthday, but, whatever. So Deku gets up, and he basically holds out his hand to Desmond. He goes like, I already absorbed your power, so it's not going to happen again. He goes, yeah. So Desmond, gets up, and since Desmond was 24, 25-ish, 24 when it happened, so during these, he was 25, 26, 27, he's 28 now. He basically looks at, Deku, who's on like, so, what's your name, kid? He goes, Izuku Midoriya. And, well, it's good to meet you, Desmond. So, you gonna train me on your powers, or I'm just gonna use the memories on it? He goes, yeah, why not? I mean, my girlfriend's here with me. I gotta call her up real quick. As, well, she goes, no need, as Fetch appears with the neon light, basically coming down the building. As he goes, Fetch, what did we say about using our powers here in Japan? She goes, I know, it's not like America where we can just use it if we, get around places. But still, I was worried, so I went on the rooftops. Sorry. He goes, it's no problem. So, meet Izuku Midoriya, a conduit, like us. But, same abilities as me, able to copy other conduits. I'm not the only one. She's, looking at Izuku and he goes, how old are you? He goes, I'm almost 9 years old. The boots make me look taller. She looks and he goes, yeah, you look like you're 10. He goes, yeah, I know. Anyways, why are you guys here? You're supposed to be in America, back in Seattle. And other places just helping out with the, well, diplomatic disputes on them, on the conduits, to be like different laws and such. He goes, yeah, we know, but we heard about this, and, well, the people there finally realize conduits aren't freaks, aren't monsters, when everyone has a power, so conduits are being treated there fairly now. As Fesh does say, yeah, it's pretty much we had nothing better to do but come here. Basically freed the conduits, basically. As, well, as Deku just says, well, I mean, I was gonna do that when I got older and figure out what was my conduit power, but hey, here we go. Figure it out. Unlike Desmond, famous hero in America, who's not basically a pro. And he goes, yeah. So, how are you even surviving, kid? He was like, for past 3 to 4 years now, I was basically trained by some people who my mom trusted. One was a DUP member. Another one, well, was a park. Basically, taught me how to do parkour. Another one was a tactician. Another one was basically a musician who basically would teach me about the world, basically about Japan and places to go if I need some stuff that no one can get, or basically just in general places that won't like care if I'm a conduit. And another one's just an artist. So yeah, she's the one who taught me how to do this graffiti and leave messages for myself where I can just, So I kind of combined my music talent that I have with guitar, and well, I put some music, into my drawings, symbols like that. That's why the PUD member was playing the guitar just leaning on his chair, basically, not even caring about his members. So, yeah. Fetch looking at the whole entire design. She does saying, "Is it finished yet?" He goes, "Nah, I still gotta add some stuff to it, but when it's done, it'll be done." So he gets up and just starts grabbing the can of spray paint, just starts working on it even more. After a few minutes, they see him, Desmond and her just talking. He says, I gotta help him now since he got my smoke ability. Maybe he can absorb my neon light, but I don't know. Let's just get work on where he masters this ability first. Then we can help him get the the shards, basically to help him out to increase his power, basically. She goes, yeah, that'll be great. So, anyways, if you're wondering about the shards, yes, they're gonna be upgrading his, powers, but we're not gonna do that just yet. So, Izuku though has also been doing this during his since he was 4 all the way to 8 and 9. He has been trying to take down the PUD. Slowly though, he's been trying to figure out who's the boss of it. Who does he need to try to take down first? Gain information and then strike. You know. And though ever since he was 7 though, he became he works at this band place that allows it's an underground band going on, and well, the main leader of this band, even who's the owner, just saying hey guys, I can't play and run this place, so we're gonna have to find a new member. We're gonna have to, and just let him play for me the songs and such. And they're like, nah, we can't. What happens if it's someone doesn't know our songs? How what's our style? And they hear Izuku just in the back of them playing one of the lead members' guitars. In which, yes, Deku picks up things so quickly. He is, you could say, a prodigy of things, but no, he picks up things because the way he's taught was slow, but he practiced it when they're gone. So guitar and graffiti, he practiced that more. So yeah, so basically, these guys hear him play. They're in their teens basically, and they were in their teens when they met him. So they're 14, 15. And basically, they hear Izuku playing a 7-year-old basically doing this. As then they see him as what? Got a problem with me playing this? They was nah, come on, continue. So he makes money with them by playing. Any money is divided equally amongst us, but since Izuku's a kid, they give him a little bit more. He doesn't want that, but they say, look, you're a kid, don't argue with us. Alright, so yeah. And, well, so, yeah, I just want to say that real quick. So basically, Desmond seeing the work, it's finally done. He does say, pretty good, really good. I basically haven't done any graffiti in a long time, but, hey, nice one, kid. He looks at Desmond and says, thanks. So, you guys decided on it? And, well, Desmond says, yeah, we'll teach you how to use my power. And then maybe we then can teach you how to use neon. He just shrugs and goes alright, but I gotta do something later today. Today's not my gig night, so I gotta go work on finding out who's the boss. I'm so close. It's gonna be easy tonight. I made my freaking back door. Finally. The back door's already made, and it's already been simply in the system tonight. So I gotta, do it. Desmond goes, what do you mean? He goes you'll find out tomorrow. So, after that, Izuku basically grabs his bag and just runs off. And, he sees, a pole sliding, that goes all the way down to the ground level. He jumps onto that and then slides. Fetch says, he reminds me of you. A lot younger, though. And Desmond goes nah, he's too soft a little bit. And with him, Deku having to clear mind, he's not freaking out. He saw Desmond doing that. He knows what he can do, but still, he's gonna hold off on this thing for now, at least, and just go there. goes to the place he needs to go to, which it's always been good for him to get into the system, the DUP HQ in Japan. So he's just going there right now, and he gets there pretty easily without going through any checkpoints or anything. And what he does is he goes to a spot, gets his computer out. There's like a section for spray paint and then computer, and then he just started to type away into the computer, hack it into the DUP with his back door, and then suddenly he starts to get into the security system of the base, the HQ of it, and then he basically, what he sees is a shocker. He knows about All Might. He's a fan, and well, he sees All Might there, and the man's just saying like, "Sir, we've captured. We took in about at least 32 people today in our conduits. What should we do with them?" He goes like, "Put them in a cell, with the shackles on them, and well, feed them, basically. If interrogate a few of them to see if they know any other conduits in Japan. Not then, leave them be, and put them in, well, our training area." uh, but then, sir, these are just like teenagers. Like, so the younger they are, the more they can get trained, and the stronger the army will get. Where we can go back and make sure America's conduits and even European, basically even Europe and Germany and other places, conduits will understand that the DUP is still going to grow strong and take down conduits. So yeah, as he says, right, sir, as basically that's what he does. And then Izuku basically stops, like, basically gets out of there, but he had a camera. Basically, he took a picture when he saw him, like, and so he hacks in, but then he goes through the actual security system to see, because they have all residents there. So basically, he finds All Might's address and just runs. After he guesses, he runs all the way over to All Might's place, and which when he got there, it was 5. By the time he gets to All Might, it's 8, and All Might's just getting home. Like, he basically about to debuff, but then, well, what happens is Izuku shoots out smoke, hitting the wall where All Might basically is, and then, well, Izuku basically dashes forwards, like smoke on his fist, hitting All Might in the stomach, not in the part that's hurt on him, in the stomach, sending him flying. He was like, "Oh my," it's basically, All Might goes, "Are you a villain?" He was like, "No, I need answers right here, right now." And then he pulls up his phone with the picture of him, and it's All Might saying, "What? Uh, why am I there?" He goes, "What do you mean you're not that? What do you mean you're not there? There's a clear picture of you there. How can you not know you were there?" Just questioning. As in, All Might says, "Look, I don't know what's happening." As in, as he grabs his wrist, as in all of a sudden, something starts happening. All this different color of energy coming off of All Might's arm is flowing into his deku, as then he starts to see all of the memories of the users. But no. No, 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 no. Don't worry. He's not gonna get, he's not gonna get the quirk one for all this way. No, no. He's not gonna even get one for all. You'll see what you see what's happening. So, Izuku's going through all these memories are being played of the users until it gets to the first. As the first user sees him and does tell him that you can copy my quirk, the stockpile quirk. It's like, huh? What do you mean? As just all of a sudden there's a glow and it's absorbing and it goes into Deku, basically. As in, when he wakes up, he really feels like he has a massive headache. Like, he's been drinking for 3 days straight, and he hasn't slept in like 48 hours. He's like, my head. And All Might's in a small Might form, so Toshinori, he goes, "Yo man, you've been sleeping for 3 days. what happened to you? He goes, well, first off, I, my conduit abilities activated yesterday. I don't have a gig I didn't have a gig for these past 2 days, so tonight I have one. Wait, 3 days. Crap, does that mean he basically says, where's my phone? As All Might says, here, don't worry, it's charged. You and me have the same type of phone, kid. He's like, oh, thank God. Then he basically goes into the phone, and he goes, gig, I have one tonight. We didn't have one any yesterday. Thank you. Thank you for not missing it. I need the money today. As All Might goes, so, you're a conduit. How were you able to absorb my quirk? I didn't absorb it, I copied it. He goes, huh? Well, Desmond has the same copy ability, so I just have the same ability as him. And, well, processing all the memories that I saw for past 3. For the memories, basically, it is very, very weird. As then he looks down at his arm, he goes, what the? As he sees a tattoo of something with, basically like a bomb with like what Desmond has when he does a special move in the game. You see like that bomb and then smoke. Basically, it has smoke though around it. It's like, does that? Nah, that can't be. As when it glows, he's using. All of a sudden, he has like the smoke coming off his hand, and then it stops glowing. It's not there no more. He's like, oh, okay, I think I know what happened. He goes, huh? He goes, well, since I'm a conduit, it looks like I can also absorb conduit abilities besides Desmond, but I can also copy people's quirks and use them to my advantage. So I'm basically a conduit that copies other conduit abilities and quirk abilities. So yeah. Which All Might shocked, but he says, but do you have no? Just looks like I have a stockpile. So all of the conduit abilities I get or quirks will be stockpiled into my DNA or something like that. I need to go to a quirk doctor / conduit one. Ask them to check my DNA, because if so, then if I'm right, this is a whole new level of power that a conduit can have. That the DUP are gonna try to kill me. As soon as Deku tries to get up, he's like his feet he just falls on his face and goes like, ow. As he goes, it almost helps him up. He goes, it looks like you're numb for a couple. It looks like you're not gonna be able to walk for a couple of hours. He goes, yeah. So, what happened when I was out? And All Might just says, well, after your attack on me, I basically texted Nezu, showed him the picture on your phone. Well, after he came over, and well, he looked into it. Here's a press conference that's happening. As basically Nezu's on there, goes like, when it's happening, goes like, attention everyone of Japan. The conduits that in the DOP here have been mistreated for these past couple of years. For some weird reason, we all know the one who was trying to bring conduits and quirks people together to be one, just like it happens in America, because of the conduit Desmond brought peace there. He was killed by someone at his home, and well, we found out who. You see, it is someone who has a quirk that has been hidden from society and from us, the heroes and villains, to copy someone's looks and a voice. So, he took the form of All Might, and we were able to find him easily. But there's something that we all must know. Something happened to him when we were about to capture him. Somebody was there with him. And, well, Known to us, he was waiting for us, saying he's ready for us. So, we'd like to introduce you to the number one villain in Japan, All for One. As All for One comes out of the portal with the mask on and everything, as he goes, "Greetings, everyone of Japan. I am All for One. I am the one that has the ability to steal quirks. But I am not here to do any harm today. I am here to say this. I may be evil, but the DUP and the people in charge of this headquarters, as it is in front of them, like the media and everything, says they are vile monsters. I may be a villain, but I am not a monster. I just want to say why my interference with the heroes led to us today. I was dating someone, like any person would date somebody. She was a conduit. She was the most nicest person I've met. She did not care if I was a villain, nor about my look. She even had a daughter who has a quirk. They took her from me. The daughter was safe, but I found her before somebody with a crow mask even got to her, or play Docker mask, even got to her. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I rescued my girlfriend. She was beaten to near death by the DUP, and I found out this person even took the form of All Might. So when I came there, I was ready to kill him, but for some reason, I can easily tell this is not All Might. So I took his quirk. I got the answers I need, and so did the heroes after I tied him and beat him a little. So, since my girlfriend is a conduit, and as you talked about this, what better yet to have the symbol of fear in Japan to be a savior to the conduits. So, me and Nezu are going to have the DUP basically top people, the top heads of this, to get us full control and basically let us run it our way. If they do not like it, then their quirks will be taken and they will be fired from their jobs. And then Nezu says, well, I mean, I do have the authority. The government of Japan gave me it. So, they can't say nothing to me. Even contacted their main branch in America, which he was disgusted by the sound of it. So he also gave me authority to do so. So, we'll be running this. Alpha will be helping me. I will also teach at UA, meet the principal still, and we will incorporate the conduit and quirk process of UA. Basically, Class 1A will be conduits and hero and basically quirk people, but they will be in separate classrooms if needed. They would also be others in support, general studies. We will incorporate conduits in our school from now on, because conduits and quirks are similar in so many ways, but there is still so much mystery behind them. And it is an insult to the evolution of humanity to do this. That's all I have to say, everyone. No questions, please. As Nezu and All for One leave, Deku smiles at this and he goes, oh man, I took down the guy without even trying. Jeez. When you hit the number one hero and try to interrogate him, steal his power, you're knocked out for 3 days, You really, really get some stuff done without even trying. S- Deku's smiling at this, all my chuckles. He goes, also, people are here for you. Someone named Dezu, not Dezu, uh, Desmond and Fetch. As he opens up the door, Desmond walks in and goes like, "Yo, what happened to you?" And then Fetch just comes over, basically pushing Desmond out of the way. He goes like, yeah, she basically holds his face, both hand on his cheek and just looking him in the eye, like, "You all right? Is everything okay?" And he goes, "Yes, just absorbed All Might's quirk. Well, one part of it that is." And Desmond goes like, "Wait, what? You're able to absorb quirks? I can't do that." And he goes, "Yeah, I just took absorb the power of it. The stockpile quirk, original. I couldn't absorb any other thing." So, and then he shows the tattoo saying, "And well, this happened." As when it glows, he shows the smoke going around his hand, and it's like, okay, that is awesome. So anytime you absorb power, you think Desmond says there could, a conduit for quirk. Basically, you could just gain the power and it'll appear right on you. A simple tattoo will be on you. And he goes, yeah, pretty much. So, um, I basically need to. I basically can't walk right. I'm my everything else works right, but my legs don't want to work at all. So we're gonna be here for a couple hours. And Desmond goes, all right. So yeah, they started talking. Basically, even All Might. Then during this talk, he Izuku starts to see something. See something that he hasn't seen in a while. Lightning, clouds. But then he sees this person. And then he says, find Zeke. And then, you know, it just stops, and basically because of Desmond was shaking, he was like, Izuku, Izuku. And he goes, yeah, what? He goes, what happened? He was like, I just faced out, right? He goes, yeah. He goes, some, someone, some voice I heard told me to go find someone named Zeke. Which Desmond says, wait, say that again? Find a guy named Zeke. And then, which Desmond all of a sudden gets out his phone. He says, give me a minute. He calls up Zeke. They talk for a little bit. And he says, all right, we got like at least 2 to 3 days to train. When Zeke comes, you're going to talk to him. So that's what they do after, Zuko gets the feeling back in his legs. So when Zeke comes along, well, he goes, all right, show me him. So Zuko comes out. I mean, he does his, gig with his band, with the band basically. And he was like, all right, so what's even be the matter? So Izuku explains it, even tell him about the guy he sees, and he goes, "What? Oh, okay, that's Cole McGrath, my best friend. He's dead." He goes, "All right. I mean, why would I be seeing him in these like little in my head and visions or like something like that?" And he goes, "So tell me more." So basically, um, hold on. So basically, Izuku explained the dreams he had in the past until they stopped when he was 8. So when he turned 8, they stopped. As it kept on showing him like an island, boat, lightning, people fighting and stuff. That was it. As he just says, all right, we're gonna need a boat. There's an island near here that, well, took me a long time to get to from Louisiana, from the second game, in which they get a boat. They go to it. It does take a couple of days. And when they get to the island, for some reason there's storm clouds around it. Just lightning happening, nothing else. So they get to where Cole is, in the coffin and everything. And, well, since the lightning's going around, every time Izuku's getting closer, the lightning keeps getting stronger and stronger. And so like this is the day before his ninth birthday though, or you know, as Zuko does like when he gets to the area and Zeke says, "Well, this is it, kid. This is where Cole body is. There is no weapon from him. Just that's back in Louisiana. So, if I remember correctly, it was Louisiana. Let me double check. Okay, my apologies, everyone. I forgot the name of it, so I called it Louisiana, but it's New Marais. So my apologies. So he says back in New Marais, when Izuku's getting close to it, the lightning strikes Cole's coffin, blowing up basically the top of it. As no one understands why, but Izuku keeps going forward in a trance. As he's just thinking, why is my body moving on its own? As he does go up and touch Cole's arm, as all of a sudden electricity is flowing right into him. The power of Cole is just becoming a part of him. But through this memories, he sees all of Cole's choices. Excuse me, the good choices that he made, the sacrifices, and everything, and even his death. But at that before it ends, Cole saying, "So you're the kid I've been calling out to. It's good to have my power being given to someone else." He goes, "What the? Oh, sorry about it. He's just playing Monster, my friend. So just want to let you guys know that. But anyways, um, Cole just Zuko goes, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Well, I've been storing my power for someone to come by and take it. So here you are, kid. All my power is yours. Everything I have, everything I've gained, it's yours. Use it wisely, kid. Protect the world if needed. You never know when there's a big giant threat coming." As then all of a sudden, Izuku comes back to reality, and his hand just comes off. He's like, and then it burn sensations on his arm as he sees the weapon from Infamous 2 that Cole had, and as then he's able to summon lightning coming off of his hands, and Zeke, Desmond, Fetch are all shocked by this, as Zeke goes, "No way, you got Cole's powers. I mean, legit, you just did not copy them. You have them now. How's that possible?" Zuko just says I guess he was preserving the rest of his power within him till someone was able to come and get them. I don't know. This is all new to me. Basically, as the electricity stops coming off of his hands as he scratches his head. Anyways, he does say though he does have a gig tonight, so he needs to get going. So yeah, they leave, but they leave real quickly from the island. It does not take them. It does take them back a couple of days, which they were able to, which they did know he was leaving, so they they postponed the show until he gets back. In which, when he did, he goes back to his home, gets his guitar, heads over to his place. He's riding. I mean, basically, he's able to ride on the wires, just go along them without anyone noticing. Even use electricity to hover from the ground and just get to the gig very easily. So yeah, it's underground punk rock band. So Zuko's basically lead singer, and yeah, he is kind of famous. He wears a mask. No one knows who he is, and so that's what he was required to do since he's a kid, and he turned 9 years old, he increases the height on the boots that he wears, so that way he looks like he's a little bit taller. So yeah. So anyway, so after that, the next couple of years later, happens. Fetch and Desmond taught him what they knew. He still only has lightning from Cole and the smoke from Desmond. He says he'll get other abilities when he wants to. For now, he just wants to focus on mastering these two, in which they understand. Well, Cole's abilities Izuku has to master. He already mastered them with Desmond, and so they understood. So after you know after this, and this is like during the one show, he sees a girl though with pink, not pink hair, with purple hair and red line going into it. He's basically just basically rocking out with this fan. Hold on, all right, talk about that. Anyways, he basically it's just rock, basically doing their show, and when they're done with it, people come in like there's like a booth, like an area for them just to sign, and sign like photos and such, and well, Izuku get some like photo shots with some people, and this girl though comes up. She has like the purple hair with the red line in her hair, the earphones, marks on her face, I think, or is that just her costume? Hold on, let me double. Yeah, it's yeah, she doesn't have it, doesn't have her hair costume, but the thing is, she's wearing it. This girl who doesn't know who she is, she's basically, like I said, purple hair, red line, earphone like jacks coming down her ears, basically then wearing the actual jacket that they design, which they see Zuko wearing, is the ripped sleeve jacket, that same thing Desmond wore, and with pins on it. All that's what people got them with the name on the back of their band. She's also wearing there's a even the band shirt, muscle shirt, basically, but with a just a regular white shirt underneath it. Somewhat of a skirt ish. Not really a skirt, just pants that has like a skirt, like looks like a skirt, but it's really just pants too. So yeah, and boots. She's basically first one in line. Well, first one in line to get a picture with the band. Well, with the lead singer, and he's like signing the autograph when her comes up. She goes, "So what's your name, girl?" She says, "My name is Jiro." Um, I, hold on, I have to check. Kyoko Jiro, she says, as Izuku sign, his says like his name on it. The band like he doesn't go by Deku to people. Like Bakugo didn't give him a nickname, so they just call him Zero. He just goes by Zero basically, as he just signs the name like that to Jiro, and then he says, "Well, it's your lucky day, girl. We basically are giving out a photo shot with the lead singer," as he says. She's like happy. He goes, "Give me your phone and we'll take it right now." As basically they get the picture. She gets a picture taken with him. She's like smiling and blushing, and let's just say she knew Denki. He likes her, but it's like he kind of got she just been talking about the band, how she can't wait to see the lead singer. She said his guitar playing and singing is really good. She wants to try to get him to know him more. So after so basically Denki's gonna be that one person that calls the cops because it's in like legal thing. This is like an underground, so yeah. But no, but that's what he thinks. But well, so she's getting the picture and photo signed. He called the cops saying they're disinterested in the cop. Like pull up the file where it's supposed to be. It's like, oh no, they have permission to do this. He's like, wait, what? What do you mean? And then the hand. He's like, he's just mad. So he leaves. And Joe just saying like, are you gonna try to become a hero to like any one of the band members? Like they said, nah, we're almost in college, but this guy here, he's gonna try to become a hero. The drummer says, as Izuku just basically saying. As if they allow, well, people to come in, give it a couple of years, which, well, yeah, he's like 12, 11-ish, so, they're allowing it, but he's just saying, and he goes, what do you mean, guys? Yeah, you'll find out someday. So yeah, after that, boom, like, everything's done. Izuku's leaving. And, well, he does have the chain, but he also carries around a piece of metal on him, like brass knuckles for his electricity to be powered into them. So, yeah. So, what happens is, though, Denki and her are arguing, like, they're kind of like a thing since it's like a middle school with them. Yeah, like I said, they're friends, but it's like they're also boyfriend and girlfriend. He's just arguing about how, like, she looked so, happy when she basically met the lead singer slash player in the band. Basically, it's not like right that that happened, when we're together. She was like saying, shut it, I could be, happy to meet someone that's technically famous, but, you know, and got an autograph. He's also gonna become a hero too, like us. Because like whoever he is, he probably ain't gonna be worth nothing. As Drew was about to, slap him, he goes, "Yo, yo, 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 hey, you two, no, I have to argue over here. Come on, it's after the show. You two are doing. You guys should be happy. I mean, I can understand why you're mad, man. You got basically, well, your girlfriend likes, bands, so she would be excited to meet anyone in it. You gotta understand, she's a lover of music. Just gotta understand that. So, you know, she's kind of smiling because that is true. And then he's like, whatever. He just walked away. She's upset, but Denki knows he's right. So, but still, he acted like a jerk. So he's like, I effed up. And Jiro's saying thanks. He goes, no problem. Anyways, gotta get going. See ya. So he's walking away. Jiro just asks, can I have your real name? Mio's, nah, sorry. She's like looking upset, and then he basically taking off, he still wears the beanie, but he's not, he takes it off his head, just scratches the back of his head. He goes, name's Izuku. Just walks away. Puts it back on, takes off the mask, put it back in his bag, goes into the alleyway, and there's a metal electrical wire that's gonna go up onto a building rooftop, and he just puts his hand on it and just goes up. Jiro tried to follow him, just ask your last name, but he's not there. So yeah. So after that, we're doing our time skip to UA. No, no, no. A couple of days before. No. 5 months before. During that 10-year time. I mean, that 10 months. Izuku became somewhat of a vigilante during like after Desmond left and everything. So, he does get like the shard and such. His conduit powers have gone like exponentially high, but but any other power he will have to find the shards. Basically, there's a lot of them in different places. So yeah, like Japan has like a lot of them like unknowingly. He thinks they're being mass produced, but hey, he doesn't care. He just needs them. So during this time period, Aizawa is doing his patrol. He sees Izuku on top of the rooftop with his clothing on, and plus he does have a mask, basically somewhat similar to Desmond, like like his this the white crow basically mask on, and um he just come up saying, "Hey, kid, it's after hours for you." He looks back, goes like, whoa, hero. I don't know why you're even here. I'm just trying to get a good view. I'm trying to think of the next artwork I should work on. He's like, kid, I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm gonna have to bring you in, find out who your parents are. So he basically uses his quirk to wrap around the scarf around Zuku. He's like, come on, old man. You can't really leave me hanging, basically. Just trying to get a good view. As in, he knows his hair is up, and that's a sign of his quirk is activated. So he goes, "So, what's your hero name?" He goes, "Eraserhead." He goes, "Huh? But the sound of it, you erase quirks." But as in Izuku out of the, scarf, he goes, "But you can't erase Conduit's abilities." He goes, "What the?" He goes, "Well, it's been fun, but see ya, Boomer." So he jumps back. He does a backflip, as in he's diving down, But then he dashes into the vent, coming out into the alleyway and just walking away. And Aizawa says, Boomer, that kid, when I find him again, wait, he's probably still there. As he's looking down, he doesn't see Izuku because he's really good at getting out of places real quickly because of his training. He has gone back and told them about his conduit abilities, so they kind of just retrain him, on them such too. But yeah, Zawa's then the next 2 months. Zawa just looks for him. He finds him again, but this time not like in public, in near DOP, and it's like, all right, you finally caught me. For this past 2 months, it's been fun running away from you. Not gonna lie. So, sorry about that notification, but so what's gonna happen? He's like, well, how old are you? He's like, 12 years old. Not 12, 13, turning 14. So yeah, he's like, your parents? Mom's dead. Know some people, but they're not gonna take me in. Reason why? As electricity goes through his fingers, he goes, and as all nods, he was like, look, come with me. As him and as I walk all the way to UA, he sees, and they go to Nezu's office. Nezu goes, oh, hello there. And who's made this? He goes, this is the kid I was talking about. And All Might's there. He goes, hello there, young man. It's been a while. I was like, same to you, All Might. Same to you. And as I was looking at him, and All Might was like, you two know each other? He was like, yeah, I mean, I'm the one who got the conduits to basically be freed from the DOP in Japan. He was like, what? As Nezu and basically All Might tell them the truth about how it all happened. He was like, so you're the one who... He goes, yeah, call me the unknown hero. But hey, look, I have no family that I know of. My dad's not around. So, look, just here's the thing. I'm a conduit. I have the ability to copy people's quirks and other conduit abilities. I even copy the legendary Cole McGrath's electricity power. So, yeah. So what's gonna happen to me? And Nezu just looks at him and goes like, Aizawa. He goes, yeah, that's what I came here to do. He goes, huh? He gets the adoption papers out for Aizawa. Aizawa just signs it. He goes like, kid, sign the paper. He's like, huh? Why? He goes, I'm adopting you. He goes, wait, what? I'm adopting you, kid. So basically, Aizawa is adopting him. So he was like, alright. He just signs the paper. And, well, he goes, tell me about yourself now. So Deku just explains everything about him. And saying, wait, you're the lead singer of the band. He goes, yeah. A underground punk rock band that's kind of famous for its, well, guitar player and singer. And he goes, yeah. He goes, why, you listen to it, Boomer? He's like, I'm not a boomer. and so I was like, all right, sorry, oh man, basically. So yeah. So after that, the little thing, let's just say Deku and Aizawa train hand-to-hand combat, and he's figured out that his hand-to-hand, his basically Street Fighter skill is basically not good, and well, with his street smarts, Nezu didn't see no point of giving him like actual tests besides history, math, and other stuff. But he found out Zuko learns pretty quickly, so it's like it doesn't take him that long to learn stuff. But mostly his street smarts is on Nezu's level. So yeah, and so let's just say we're going to do the whole entire him getting into UA differently. He doesn't go for the regular thing. They devise a thing for basically conduits to go into, and it's just basically to see their power and then determining if it would be a good idea for him to go into UA. That's it. Well, with a little bit destroying robots and such. So basically every conduit gets into UA that's old or young, and there's different divisions for them. So yeah, Izuku basically shows his power off, and even the his smoke ability and his lightning, in which it's very dangerous. And yeah, they just say, all right, like with the 0 point, he basically brings down the lightning from the head, destroying it and making it blow up, and just smiling at it. He was like, "So how was that?" As they're just all in shock, but he does say conduit, copy, same thing like Desmond, smoke ability, lightning ability, Cole McGrath's. He got in. So yeah, he's not going to like the same thing like doing with the quirks. So that's how Izuku got in, and this is where maybe ended it. Sorry if you guys like it, want to get more, but I gotta go home. So, yep, I'm gonna make this with Deku had the was the black light fires. So, yep. Anyways, bye everyone. Have a nice day, night. See you in the next video.